Okay. Good evening, everyone. It will be good morning when you see this video, as I try to send the videos in the mornings. So I want to do a quick recap. So understanding that we have went over values, what is important to you, why is it important to you, and what will it feel like if those things were taken away from you. We have reviewed what my arrest cost me, which means what did my DWI cost me? What expenses did I have to come out of pocket for pertaining to my DWI? And that is court costs, DMV costs, probation costs, treatment costs. If you had to pay somebody for gas to take you back and forth to where you need to go. These are all things you need to consider when you're thinking about the cost of your DWI. Also, understanding distractions. That's very important to have in the discussion when you're doing DWI treatment, is understanding that distractions can cause a lot of accidents. So imagine if somebody was drinking and driving and they're already distorted thinking, which means they're not thinking clearly because alcohol alters your thinking. Then if you're looking down or you're looking in the mirror or you're on your phone texting and driving and all these other things, it can cause major consequences, okay? And the major thing that happens in most of the videos that I show you guys is death. Death is the number one thing that can happen to an individual who drinks and drives, or who is distracted and not focused directly on their destination. So we want to be cautious of when we're driving sober, and we want to be cautious not to drink and drive. It's very critical to understand that 9 times out of 10, the individuals who have been drinking go away with no injuries. And the person who was not drinking ends up getting killed, or they end up having major injuries. And for example, you think of Jackie's story that I showed you guys of Jackie, hanging out with some of her friends and then gets hit by a drunk driver. Her friends end up getting burned to death in a car while she survives. But if you can see the damages that it had on her overall life and her body, it's devastating. So today I want you to think of the health consequences. And we may have already spoken of this, but you can think of other health consequences that you did not think of before. So that is, what are some health consequences that can occur when you drink too heavy or you drink too much? And then what are the negative impacts that drinking can have on relationships and family, when someone is a heavy drinker, or if somebody is considered an alcoholic, how does that affect their family or their relationships? Okay, thank you.